Hi guys, welcome back to the Grout Outdoors. It's week 7 here. If you saw last week's video, then you saw us starting to knock down parts of the old factory. This week we'll be showing you what we do with some of the resources we took from the factory, alongside giving a quick update on what we're doing with some of the more usable rooms inside the factory. We'll also be doing some plastering, which goes about as well as you can expect for first timers. So let's settle down and jump into this week's video.
The camera cut off when I was doing stuff, but as you can see, I've repurposed this kind of shelving area that was before over with the rubble, but now I'm using it as a place to store our shoes and other bits and bobs as we start to move things from our old property. We've got place to hang coats now and Heidi too, which is great. We've got the maps on the wall, which is nice to have. We've also got little shoe area now to try and prevent crap from being walked through. So we've got the little shoe mat, and we can keep shoes from outside in the basket, and then little indoor slippers to wear, so that then her playroom stays nice, and I haven't got to worry about, what she's sitting on. So yay! I absolutely love seeing her play in this room. It's exactly why I made it one of the first rooms to look nice. Saw that picture frame over there on TikTok Shop. Which is great because you put all their drawings in, and it's a lovely way to kind of display their work on the wall. And yeah, I think basically most of her stuff here now. I don't think there's anything left to move over. We've moved all the toys, all the clothes, box of PJs, which I'm going to put some in the van. But yeah, so this is looking lovely.
If you didn't see last week's video, then we pulled a load of old copper cables from the old factory. A lot of them are black and red, so they're kind of unusable for the new build because they're not up to regulations. So we did try at first stripping all the cables by hand, but we realised very quickly that this was going to be a very long and tedious process. So we invested in a cable stripper, and so Matt's now stripping the cables so we can get the copper, so that we can hopefully sell the copper and get a bit more money to help fund the build. The slight whirring you can hear in the background sometimes is our petrol generator. If you're new to this channel, then we are mostly off-grid. We do have mains water, but we don't have any electricity or any gas. We're staying in the van, and we do have a solar panel on there, but because we're not moving the van, because we're using it as a base to kind of stay in whenever we're doing work here, when the battery goes flat, we need a way of charging it, especially if there's bad weather.
What are you doing down there? What? Doing it the wrong way around. Might be able to use it over there. not very square, is it?
There's one right here.
The box, yeah. I need to make a tool for Mummy.
What kind of tool is it?
It's to mix plaster.
Daddy, taking that one down.
I know!
Why?
Because it was in my way.
Is she swimming away?
No. Right, stand back.
But I just wanted to ask you, can I help you?
Not with it. No, just stay back for a second. Right.
Daddy, can you let me get out?
Ready? Do you want to see the genius? Do you want to see the genius?
Yeah.
Look at this. So
But
now.
is it loud?
No. Now.
Yeah.
Put that. Oh, yes. Now, Mummy can mix plaster. Get it? So that stuff, mix it with water, and then if you've not got a special tool, you've got to use your hand to do it, but unless you're a genius.
Can I, Daddy?
Yes.
Can we both bring it to Mommy?
Yeah.
Can I hold it
Good
by
job, Eric.
myself?
If you're heavy.
Okay. Can you hold it with me?
Hi guys, so I'm about to try and start plastering. Haven't done it before, but so don't come here looking for tips and tricks. I have none, but we're going to give it a go because that's what we do here. So wish me luck. Put the water in first and tip plaster into the arrow.
Do you want a little trowel?
Yeah, please. So tip one, guys, that I watched online is you put the water in first and then tip plaster into water. Another tip, apparently, from the few YouTube videos I've watched, is to use like a flexible bucket rather than a hard solid bucket, just because a hard solid plastic bucket will probably split with the weight, whereas a more flexible one won't. We also want, obviously, cleanish, and using clean water, just so that you don't get any grit or anything else in the plaster. So we're going to give it a go. I'm going to be using 2 buckets. We're going to have a little mix in one. I'm only going to be mixing small batches at a time because I'm not going to be working fast, and apparently you have about an hour to an hour and a half of usability before it starts to go dry, and I'm going to be very slow. And then we're going to use a second bucket with water to clean off our self-built mixer afterwards so the plaster doesn't go all hard, and to clean our trowel and hawk. For those who know even less about plastering than I do, which is pretty hard to do, you've got tape, which we'll be putting over the creases of the plasterboard, which I'll show you in a sec. We've got our trowel, and we've got our hawk, and apparently, according to the tips...
But Mommy, if I use it, that I can mix it.
Yeah, we haven't mixed yet, but if you want to mix, you need to come on out, don't you? Because we're going to be mixing outside. But apparently you kind of put this onto... So to make it look so easy in the videos, you pour it onto there and then like that, or yeah, no, I'm just messing about with it. Right, if you stand this way, good girl. Right, so apparently,
yes,
no, baby, we'll leave your toys separate, please, sweetheart. You can pretend to mix over there, or if you want to do the actual mixing, you'll use what we're using, okay?
I'm going to watch and say wrong.
Okay. Apparently, it's 1-to-1, so you.
Wrong.
Apparently, it's 1-to-1 with plaster and water. So what apparently the pros do is they fill up their bucket with about halfway through with water, and then you kind of top it up with plaster to just under the top edge, and then apparently that's.
It's not on my old man, does it?
But I'll let you know if that works for me or not.
I love this sponging.
Good. You don't need the sponge in here though, sweetheart, please, okay? Okay, you spray this. We'll just rinse the bucket first because it's all
We
filthy.
will be going to it and leading you to it.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Right, if you spray it in there. Good girl, clean the bucket. Good girl, let go. Let go. Thank you. Right. As always, these buckets are things that we found lying around, so that's why we're cleaning everything. Obviously, if you buy one new, you don't have to faff about with all these steps. I didn't think I was in shot, that's why I've been bending weirdly, so oh yeah. Pros.
Do I have to do this?
That's how the plaster
What
is
you have
doing.
to do is you have to sprinkle some stones on it.
No,
Sprinkle some stones and dirt on it.
no, don't sprinkle any stones or dirt. Ignore Daddy, he's a monkey.
Yeah, that's to make it clean.
Yeah, right.
By swiping it off with this.
Yeah, we'll fill it up a bit. Right, so stand this way. You fill that up for me.
Enough?
No, a bit more, please. Blimey,
I think
I'm weak.
one of the sheep DEAD.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's not good.
One of the sheep did what?
Nothing, sweetheart. It's okay.
Can I?
No, baby, it's really heavy.
We'll hold it.
No, Heidi, it's... Oh yeah, if you want to come and help me, great, because I'm actually struggling with this. So come round this side then. Help me with the bag.
Oh my goodness, this is heavy.
Uh-huh.
I can't really just tip it upside
Because I
down.
don't need all of it in.
Oh,
Yep, we're going to go meet your cousins
hooray.
for half an hour.
Right, we'll leave it like that. I'll give it a
Wrong!
mix and then... Shut it up. God, it's so heavy.
Daddy, feel how heavy
Feels
it
like almost
is.
like 25 kilograms.
I know,
Right?
yeah, I need to lift more in the gym. It's what it's telling me.
This is going to puff up in your
Right,
face.
Heidi, so step back. Brilliant. Thank you. Heidi, thank you.
It looks a bit watery to me. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it is. I'm going to add more. I'm just
Oh.
trying to mix it as I go. I love you. Have a good time. So it's still a bit too watery at the moment, so I'm pouring a bit more. Ideally, you'd have like a proper drill attachment that could whisk. We don't have that, so Matt made this one, which is great because it's much better than using a wooden stick, which is what I was going to use. I think I've added too much plaster now. I think the drill bit wasn't necessarily mixing it very well. So that's just great. Apparently you want the texture to be like double cream. Yeah. At the moment mine's more like not that. Does that look like double cream consistency? I'd say so. I mean, I am vegan, I haven't had double cream in years, but okay, and then apparently what you're meant to do is you're meant to kind of put some water on there anyway, which we have, and then you also get a layer of plaster. Get some plaster on it to prime it anyway. So the thinking in here is that this bit is going to be behind a big like metal plate anyway, because we're going to have the log burning stove there. So I'm going to practice on this wall, and then if that's really crap, this wall we want looking really nice, so work our way up to that. Got problems like obviously finishes aren't perfect, so I don't know, put some plaster in there I guess, and then fill it out first. I don't really know. So I mean, we're not working with a perfect canvas anyway, but that's what you get when you do things yourself. So we're just going to give it a go really. I'm not going to worry about the ceiling too much because, well, we haven't got a ceiling yet, so there will be boards going across there, so I haven't got to worry too much about finishing touches at the top. Obviously same goes with the floor as well. Same with electrical boxes, you know, there's going to be electrical box on top of there, so as long as I can try and get it up to the edges really, haven't got to worry too much. We're not going to do this wall. Matt tried to salvage the old plasterboards from the factory, but they are just rank, so he's going to take those out and put new ones in anyway, so I'm not going to worry about that. I could do these bits though. We'll see. I don't know. We're going to give it a go. Okay, welcome to plastering with Courtney. I'm going to try putting some plaster or mud into the creases and then taping over the top. So let's give it a go. Listen, I watched the videos made it look a lot easier than this. I knew it wasn't going to be easy, like I've seen enough videos to know that it's not. However, that was a lot worse than I thought it was going to be. But it's fine. It's all okay, you know? Right. Oh my lord! Right, where am I going? I'm going there. Oh no! We're trying, guys. I mean, that is the reality of this all. We're giving it a go. Did I expect it to be perfect? No. Did I want it to be better than this? Yeah. Maybe this isn't the self-adhesive stuff, I don't know. I mean, oh no. It's fine, it's fine. It'll all be fine. Right, we need to put some in. Right, I'm meant to wipe down onto this and then I do need to make this, so maybe. Why is it not sticking? I don't understand. Right, let me look. Like, is this just meant to stick? Because it doesn't. What's happening? You know what? What's the point in having your own house if you can't try new things? At least this is only our temporary tiny home, you know? Like, if it looks crap, who cares? Okay. Okay, so clearly I'm doing really well. So now, apparently then, you're meant to start from like a corner and do like a, oh god, and do like a sweeping motion, like up and across, or like from the corner down. So we're gonna give it a go. So I think honestly one of the problems is that maybe the plaster is too thick. I know it's one of those typical blame the material and not the person. Yes, I am also awful at doing plastering. That is what we've realised. But it is also like it just feels like I'm painting with clay. You know, like it's really stiff to move. So I think, and obviously it's going to be setting. I've mixed way too much for the speed that I'm moving. But yeah, when I've watched other people's videos, like theirs seems to go on really smooth and it can be moved around really easily, whereas mine's just not like that. It's like trying to wipe literal mud on a wall. And I know it's called mud and tape or whatever. So I don't know, maybe it's not too thick. Maybe it's just that I am absolutely appalling. So I'm going to try and finish this wall, and I'm going to put the rest of it on all of the cracks on the rest of it. And then maybe mix up a batch that's not as runny, or get Matt to do it because he's plastered before and can do a damn sight better than I can. So this is like the consistency of it. Like, I mean, I'm struggling just to even bloody lift it. Like it's so thick. And then yeah, like that's just looking god awful. Obviously I haven't finished yet, but like I feel like it just comes off in like clumps and just really sticks, and like it's just really hard to move around. Good morning, guys. So this is where we're at. So obviously yesterday I attempted to plaster, and I think after speaking with Matt as well, the plaster was just definitely way too thick and I was applying it too slowly. Like, I mean, look at that. It's so thick. So at least I know where I went wrong. And we've brought a new drill bit now so we can actually mix the plaster properly. I know to do it a much thinner consistency. And obviously I also just mixed way too much. Turns out you have like 20 to 45 minutes of time to work with the plaster before it sets, not an hour to an hour and a half. So yeah, I just mixed way too much and it was way too thick, which is why it is the disaster that it is. Tried again today. Matt helped me with the mixing so we could get better consistency, and it went on so much easier, obviously. So yeah, today's attempt is looking a lot better. Obviously, no, it's not perfect. You wouldn't want to hire me to come and do your living room, that's for sure. But it is much better than yesterday. It also took me a fraction of the time because it went on so much easier. And me and Matt have just agreed that, look, we can't plaster. We're doing this because we're low on money, and we also don't want to wait to hire somebody because we're sick of living in a van in the rain. So we're just going to whack it all on. And then we'll figure out some way of making it look less terrible later on, whether we choose to texture it in some way or just, I don't know, try and cover it as much as possible. So that's the plan. This is how the mixture's looking. As you can see, it's a lot runnier than yesterday. Also excuse the fact that I look like a wet dog. I tried to detach the hose from the sink because obviously we're getting our water we're doing everything backwards basically. We're using the hose pipe to run water to our sinks, and I wanted to disconnect it so I could rinse all of the plastering kit, obviously because we don't want it drying hard. And then I couldn't connect it back again, so I drenched myself in water.
I then got a paint roller and decided to paint on a much runnier mix of plaster using the leftover plaster that we had to give the overall walls then a uniform kind of messiness, sort of like textured paint really, with our thinking being that at least then it would make all of the rooms pretty consistent, even if they're consistently bad, and to be honest it looks a lot better since putting on the watery mix with a roller. And that is it for this week's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed. If you've got any plastering disasters or DIY disasters, please let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear yours. Hopefully this video shows that it's just important to give things a go, and maybe things will work out better than they seem. Or maybe they won't, and you know what, that's okay too. If you've been watching our videos but you're not already subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And if you liked today's video, please don't forget to give us a like as well. It really helps us out. As always, we really appreciate your support, and we'll see you again soon. Bye!